Hi, this is Jill. Welcome to the year 2022, as hard as it may be to believe. I have decided that one of my resolutions this year is to do a short video with tips, techniques, something related to paper crafting, card making, scrapbooking each week. And I thought, how am I going to decide what to do? And then I realized, you know what? The alphabet's got 26 letters. I could go through the alphabet A to Z twice in the 52 weeks. So this is week number 1. I am running a little late. My plan is to post these on Fridays. I unfortunately have been gifted a disease of some sort from my grandchildren and had no voice yesterday. So it's going to be short because I don't know how long this is going to last. But today we're going to start with A. We're starting with alphabets and a little bit about albums. And these obviously are alphabets. And one of the things we do when we go to do a scrapbook layout is we usually have an idea of what we're going to be doing. We want a title for the page. And sometimes you can find a title you want at a scrapbook store. You know, maybe you're doing a page about the state of Michigan or vacation or mountain climbing, something like that. But you don't always have a pre-made title that's exactly what you want. So we can stamp one. This is a Hokey Pokey alphabet, which I think is really cute. So that's a good one to use. We can also cut letters out. And you can cut it out. If you have a Cricut, that's a wonderful thing. You can use all kinds of fonts in there. This is a set of thin cuts that also works great. One thing to think about if you're cutting things out, either with a thin cut or a Cricut, is that you can always do it out of pattern paper. If you're going to be mounting it, especially on a page that's just a solid color, think about using some sort of plaid, polka dot, flower, something like that. I'm going to show you a couple things that I have done. This is not in an album yet, so it's even before A. But what I have done, this is a group of pictures for a baby from 1 day to 1 year. And to give a little bit of consistency, each page has a matching color here. Obviously, you've got the standard hospital blanket, so I matched those colors. But I've got the title, the same color background there. I used the same color ink and just stamped the number I wanted and then the word day. We did get a 1 week. And after that, it goes to 1 month. These are pictures chosen by parents. And we've got 1 month, we've got 2 months, different colors, 3 months, and it goes like that all the way up to 1 year. So you've got something like that. One other way is, and this sort of brings in the album. This is a 3-ring D-ring album, and this is great when you're working on pages. I've got some really old pages I made in here, but I just haven't totally finished. The thing that's nice about the 3-ring binder is that as you're working on them, you just pop your pages in, pop them in. But when you get to the point that you're starting to put it together, you can take one and move it to another section if you like. I was going to, you can change the order, that sort of thing. I'm trying to think, where was the page I was going to show you in here? Oh, this was it. One of the other things when you're doing titles is that it doesn't have to be across the top. I've used an alphabet here. I cut out Souchua Point and I had it running down the side. And the other half of this page is over here because it's not put together, but I've got Sulaks. And again, it's down the side so that you've got some consistency from one side of the layout to the other, but it's down the side, not across the top. So, and again, this is, like I said, the D-ring, 3-ring binder, and I can rearrange these to my heart's content until I'm ready to put it in an album for finality. And this is a post-bound album, which is the way I like to do my finished albums. I think it looks nicer. You don't see the ring. It looks more finished to me. And once you open it up, you can see that it, lays nicely and you don't have the big ring there. This has January, and again, this is something I stamped and then mounted. Here I literally just stamped trying to match colors, but this is another way you can do things. And this, again, is stamping, but it could be letters that I cut out and popped on here, but I put them on the stitched square cutouts and sort of piled them up like little blocks. And I did the same thing at the end, I believe, for birthday, and just put his name in here with one, but piled little blocks to make the title. So you can do stamping, cutting out, all sorts of combinations. But again, this is the post-bound. It's a little trickier to put together, but if you ever have a post-bound and need help putting it together, let me know. And one last thing I was gonna tell you as we're sort of starting at the very beginning, I did something different with this album, which I don't even have the pages in a book yet. But this is for a year-long album from one of my grandsons. And what I decided I was going to do is, I loved this pack of paper, and this is from a number of years ago. But I thought it was great for a little boy. And I decided I was going to do the whole album out of that. So every page here is from the same paper pack. Obviously, I don't only have pictures, but I have room. I tried to be real consistent throughout this book. And every page has room for 3 or 4 square pictures and then a larger 5x7 picture or a 6x6 picture for the month. And then what I also did, since I was using all that, is I did all the titles. I did not stamp this. I did not cut this out. I printed this on the computer. And you can use any font that you have on your computer. There also is a website called DaFont. D like dog, A, F like Frank, ONT.com. DaFont.com. And you can download free all kinds of different fonts for anything. And I've never had any trouble with the site. I've downloaded probably 100 different fonts. But anyway, that being said, again, this is where the title is going to the side, and I used the month for the title on each page or each layout for this. But I literally printed it out onto 8.5 by 11 sheet of white cardstock, and it's perfect. I've got July, I've got August. I can I left room to put a little sticker or stamp, something, to go along with the month. Here's September going back to school. Here is October with a pumpkin. December has got a Christmas tree, and I did throw in a couple extra pieces for Christmas. January, I've got some stars, but things like that. So don't be afraid to use your computer, use stamps, use cutouts, move it over, title over to the side. It doesn't have to be at the top or at the bottom, and just have a lot of fun. So that's my tips for today related to albums and alphabets. I will see you next week on Friday, hopefully. And I think we're going to talk about borders, and I'll show you a few examples of different things you can do for borders. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Everybody stays healthy, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.